Okay, so I'm here with Lupe, and Lupe is a counselor, and he also does some work with folks with special needs.
Yes, a little
and
bit.
what I wanted to ask is, like, how would you envision using some of this, like the Snowflake software, with some of the special needs students that you speak with?
Each corner, each student can be working at his pace in his area and his software, and so I can totally see for general kids as well in the classroom, they don't have to stop working on what they're working on so that the other student can get on. There's 4 different areas where each student can be working on what they're working on, so that's what I like about it.
So it's like there's the flexibility in terms of the four.
Well, flexibility, but individually, I think in education we go into especially that goes individual educational plans. So if a student has certain software he needs to be working on, it's not going to be what the other student needs to be working on. So this splits it.
Independence.
Correct.
That they get from it.
And at their level, maybe, because they're at different levels.
Yeah.
So that's what I like about it.
Very cool. Well, that's very helpful to know. I'm always curious about how people use this for special needs. So thank you, Lupe. I really appreciate it. Hey, I'm here with Rodrigo.
From Baldwin Park Unified.
Baldwin Park Unified, and I'm really interested in, like, how would you envision using, like, Snowflake multi-teach, like what I just showed you here, and the tabletop mode. How would you envision teachers using it?
Well, like I was saying, that we're really promoting the whole station rotation at the different levels.
Yeah.
And so we're demoing a lot of different lesson plans that incorporate this.
Yeah.
And this would just be another example of a station,
Oh, okay, so you're envisioning using it as a station kind of activity.
Exactly. I like how it kids. It's like kids can rotate just from here alone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They once kids here, they go after a few minutes, they go to the next one, the next one, the next one.
Yeah.
It's really interactive. I like it.
That's true. Like, the fact that they could treat it as 4 stations.
Yeah,
almost,
because it's
right?
very kinetic. The kids are moving, touching, and it's nice. It's not just a laptop on a desk.
Yeah.
It's actually they can be rotating around a table.
It can be very active.
Tactile.
Tactile.
It's really nice. I like it.
Hey, I'm here with Troy from Rialto Unified School District, and he teaches grade 6 mathematics. Can you tell me, like, how many standards do you guys have to teach?
So overall, by the time a kid's in 6th grade, they're supposed to know almost 400 standards. I believe the number is 372. So when we get them, we're supposed to know, they're supposed to have brought up to about 200, 250 things from elementary, and then we're supposed to add in the next 170. So if they don't know those first 200, now we're trying to backfill those 200 and add the next 100 we have to add to it. So
Okay, so how does content, like available content, then impact your workflow in terms of your time?
Well, if you consider we're only in school for 180 days, that would be 1 standard a day if we could get them to know that standard. But as you can probably imagine, most kids don't learn that standard that day, especially if it's paper pencil and they're not going home and studying. So often we're not able to get through half of those standards.
Oh, okay. So the ability to bring the standard home, for example, and then do it at home, then will have an impact for how much they're going to retain.
Well, that and lowering it. I mean, if you start from the elementary level, one of the things we talk about a lot is if all they did was add in 1st grade and all they did was subtract in 2nd grade, we'd be great. The problem is we're still trying to do fractions, decimals, and other things. So we're teaching too much at the lower levels. The kids don't have a foundation, and then when we get them, we're trying to fill in the new stuff, and they need to know all the original stuff in the first place. It would be great if they just did adding in 1st, subtracting in 2nd, multiplication in 3rd, division in 4th. Most kids would be ready to go. They just don't do that.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, it's good to know, because there's always this, like, kind of growth in content.
Yes, sir.
You need to have that. Troy spends, like, a significant amount of time doing content.
Lots of time. We're talking 15 to 20 hours a week, just trying to put lesson plans together, add in what the kids didn't know. If the lesson didn't go well the first day, I got to redo the lesson the next day. It's a lot of time spent.
Yeah, so saving time. That's
yes,
the key.
Absolutely.
Then, of all the features that you've seen, like, what do you think are the most important things that you think are most important to highlight?
Laying it as a tabletop and allowing your kids to come and use it. Because even as a stand-up, they like playing with it. But once it lays down, there's so much more you can do with it. And then being able to section off into 4 separate computers would allow 4 different kids to do the same work at the same time versus having 1 kid up at the board. So now you've got 4 different kids or 4 different groups of kids doing work versus just having 1 kid work on the board.
Okay.
I love those 2 things about this board over all the other boards. The Snowflake software is awesome. Love it.
Wow, that's very informative. Thank you.